This episode of The Mimic's Veil is sponsored by Taste Invader Tea. Treat yourself to 15% off an order of daring and delicious tea at tasteinvader.co.uk using the code TMV. And today we welcome our newest patron, Lee. And in the Mimic's Veil tonight we discuss Lost in Random the Eternal Die, Mortal Kombat 1. One of us may have even picked up something extra special. But first, we get in amongst it with some Rematch.
It's no secret that I was the best at Rocket League. Like, I mean, that's really no secret here. So we all knew I was going to love Rematch, but joking aside, we all knew I was the worst at Rocket League by a mile, and it really put me off even trying Rematch. But we got some codes and thought, well, why not give this a go? And I'm so glad that we did, because this is far more fun than I ever expected it to be. Because I thought, it's just going to be slow, it's going to be football, you're just going to score goals all the time, but it's nothing like proper, like it's nothing like your FC 25s or any sort of football game, because you're like, it's completely not intuitive in terms of how you play the game. Very arcadey, yet very precise. It's kind of, you wouldn't think it should work, but it does, and does very well. And yeah, I really hope this game manages to work out. It's funny because obviously it's not a free to play game. It is a paid for game or on Game Pass, but it still needs to monetize itself and be a live service game, and that side of it doesn't feel there yet. And I think if they can work that out and make it sustainable and keep people playing it, I think as this little 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5 football game can find a space in this market. Because it is definitely fun, particularly when you're playing with your friends. I think if you're playing with randoms, it's fine, because you don't need to communicate with them. You don't need to talk to anyone. It's not like you need to say, I'm over here. You can just press a button to say pass, do things like that, but you don't. It's easier if you're talking to each other, but not essential. Whereas I feel like other games like this, it's essential to be communicating with each other. I think particularly if you're playing 3-on-3 with this, you can get by without talking to randoms, which is always nice.
Yeah, definitely. It's funny because obviously we've played a fair bit together, Alex, and you almost know within the first 30 seconds if the third player is a dickhead or if this is going to
absolutely.
Like, you just know. Oh, he's the goalkeeper and he's running down the pitch, and then he gets tackled and he doesn't track back. And you're like, oh, well, we've lost this already because this player is probably just some little 10-year-old dickhead. And
then Ben's a goalkeeper and he's done that and he's up and he's like, but I just thought I would come out and give it a go, and I'm like, all these guys don't pass, and I'm like, and you're the one that's away up the other end of the pitch and just taking all these shots, and I mean, you're the one of the other guys, Ben.
I mean, if we're going to throw each other under the bus, just shooting every time you've got the ball as the goalkeeper is not the way forward either.
Did it work sometimes?
Well, that one time out of 500.
Yes, but if you did it every so often and then the one time you didn't do it, they were expecting it, and then you went to score the goal, it's tactics, Ben.
I think this is a perfect illustration of the Rematch experience, because it is, as you said, it's quite technical, as opposed to something like Rocket League, which is really like physics-based, and you're basically just trying to read where the ball's going to land and try and get the angles right to either move it up the pitch or away from your goal, or try and get it somewhere in the general vicinity of the opponent's goal. That's my Rocket League experience anyway. This feels more like you've got to get your button presses really precise. Even when you're dribbling, or even when the ball's coming to you, you press X, well, on PlayStation at least, press X to like receive the ball, to like get it under control, to touch it. And then as you're dribbling, you're sort of pressing X repeatedly to keep it under control. And then you're doing little rainbow flicks and stuff like that. And there's like you could already see. So I've put about 15 hours into this. which for like a live service game for me is really surprising. But I've been hooked, absolutely hooked on it, and like learning the little.
What about it?
Go on.
What? Because can I just get before you go in, because you guys played together. I made a bit of a mess with days and didn't join.
Scheduling. There's a scheduling error. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a slight error. But I had played the tutorial, got up to speed, and it was like, for some reason, I hadn't registered in my mind that I had to play with others online. I was like, and I got to that point where it was like, oh, you can go in a 3x3 match, and I instantly was like, oh no. Why can't I just play this myself? Like I'll be honest here, I have not gone back. So I would need to redo the tutorial. But you're right in saying that there's so much more to do than Rocket League.
Yeah.
It felt like there was a lot to learn to play the basic control scheme of the game. Whereas like you're right, Rocket League, it's like, oh yeah, I'll just
drive about, and if I hit the ball,
I'll boost over there, and then I'll maybe jump over the ball. Oops.
Yeah. It's definitely more, it's way more technical. Even the way you shoot. You probably imagine a football game. We've all played FIFA, you know how to shoot. This is more like a third-person shooting game, like a Splatoon or a Fortnite, where you've got a reticle and you fire, i.e. shoot the ball with the right trigger. Which sounds mad when you think you're running up a football pitch and then you're using the right stick to aim that reticle and then you're pressing R to shoot. It is a lot, and it does take.
And the left thumbstick
the first
to
night
curve it as well.
Yeah, and that too. Like the first night that we played together, Alex, I would say we lost a fair amount.
Yeah,
but we got better and better. So within the 2 hours, let's say, that we played together, by the end of that 2 hours, I think we'd kind of nailed the controls. And then the next time that we played, I think we won probably the vast majority of the
at least 75%. I would have said the second night. Mm.
And it's just that it is that Rocket League thing of it is just fun to play. Like there's no, that's it. There's no like beating someone, overcoming that frustration, coming back from a couple of goals behind to get a victory. Stuff like that is like. That's the fun of it, I guess. It's just
So what
competition?
What is that? What you like about it? That's what I was going to say. Like, what is it? 15 hours is a lot. That you're saying, for a game like that, especially from yourself. Like, so is it? What is it? Why? Tell us all.
I think I do think for me, I think the presentation of it has a lot to do with that as well. So. Being from the Sifu developers, Slow Clap, Alex's favourite developer, there's a lot of that in it, and creating your own character, like in that same sort of Sifu art style, and you're just controlling that one character. Alex commented that I'd created Tyler, and I was just like, well. They wouldn't let me make a fat, bald man with a beard, so it just looks like and so that I think that whole part of it is cool. And it's got the little extra little bits like Rocket League. It's got when you score a goal, you can get like custom animations and different things like that, and customize your character. And that's all the stuff that you unlock. I do think to Alex's point about the live servicey nature of it. I think it's going to sort of sink or swim based on that. It's quite light at the moment, quite bare bones, but it is season 0, they've called it. So it's quite content light. I think they could do with a single player kind of story mode, or at least something. There's tutorials that you can do, but it's all kind of like the tutorials in Rocket League. It's like, I mean, I can do them, but that's not the meat of the game. But it's just it's that mastering the controls. Mastering's a bit rich, but like get when the controls click and it all comes together, and they start feeling like second nature, and then if you factor in playing with someone else and actually being in communication with them. I think that's when it comes alive, isn't it, Alex? Is like, playing together was brilliant.
It is that, and I think it's also this. It's not even so much like that winning feeling, and it's for me. It was the funny moments. Like, it's a game that creates a lot of funny moments. Like, see if you're the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper's actually really fun to play. I don't know how they've managed it, but they've made it a really fun position to play. But you can go and you're trying to dive for the ball, and you end up like you're trying to dive to the left, and you dive forward, and when you see the replays of these things, it just makes you laugh. But even like going and kind of learning to when to come, when to go, it's a little split second decisions that really kind of get you. It gets your mind thinking, and it's just a completely different take on football. Well, it's not, because it's football. It's not, but in terms of how you're playing it, because you think of something like this and you think more of FIFA Street and like really fast, lots of goals, and it's not like that, but. It's still, there can be lots of goals, but I think it's quite nice. Like, it stops it. Was it 4-0 or 5-0? Like, basically, Mercy ends it if you get to a certain point, so you're not sitting there.
If you're
just
four goals ahead, it'll stop the game. Just say, right,
interesting.
Mercy rules,
Which is, I guess, that's quite a good thing. Like, if you are 3-0 down, it adds that extra little bit of fuck.
Yeah,
we need to
and it also,
score.
It's not nice getting absolutely battered either, is it? It's no fun, and it just makes people quit. So that's it's there's quite a few little nice touches like that make it just really replayable. Although weirdly, the fact it's called Rematch, doing an actual rematch, you know how you do it in Rocket League is the obvious comparison, so I keep mentioning it. But in Rocket League, you can like instantly go, well, that was close. They only beat us, by a goal. Let's have a rematch against that team. Let's keep this team because us three were great, and let's play that team again. That doesn't seem to happen as much. I don't even know if it is an option, Alex, but it seems to always.
I've certainly seen rematch like every so often appear, but it's like rematch not available or no rematch or something like that. I've never actually got into a rematch. I think either it's not quite working in the way it's supposed to yet, or it's not enabled or something. I think it will be a feature.
But they've come out and sort of said they're going to obviously carry on developing it. They're going to do obviously more seasons, cross-play needs to be enabled, stuff like that. But I think this has been a real sort of pleasant surprise. I'm not sure, because we got the codes and I think we sat on the codes for a couple of weeks and didn't really do anything with it. So I was like, I don't know why, but something just took my fancy. I was like, okay, let's actually give this a go. And then it just completely overtook the weekend. But has any of what we've said, Lewis, has that made you feel like you would like to dabble?
I mean, I think we all know that I'm happy to cycle back on what I've said, because I tend to be rash with my decisions. And I do want to go back to play it. So give it a try. So you were saying there was seasons. Can you kit your player out in different clobber?
Yeah.
Different clothes?
Yeah.
I've got nice long trousers on, and my guy's dressed quite nicely in mine. You can unlock different things, and I'm assuming you see different.
Like suit trousers or
no, like more trackies, like some
tracky
ones. I'm a wee bit chavvy, but and I'm assuming how it works. Like when you're playing it, like your team are in the kits that you've selected, although the players will be in the items. It's your colours and your home and away kit that you've selected that each of the players is in. So like each, I think if we're each playing it, we'll see different things. Unlike whereas it's just your card and that's becomes like the orange or the blue team. Like it kits to your like home and away colours depending on like captain's choice and whatever you pick at the start, but it's still then individually tailored to whatever you've dressed your player in, and all the different options to then like unlock like random hats and shit and all that fun.
Yeah, so I'm just smiling there because I remember seeing the picture of Ben. I think what is Ben's character. Just or someone's character.
Did I share my
Someone shared.
Oh no, that was I was playing against someone, and it just reminded me of Smart because it was this fucking freak and something like the snorting grouse or some weird name like that, wasn't it? Yeah. And it just made me think of him.
So your 15 hours is more. So you played it a few times with Alex. Is it more with random people?
Yeah.
So
I would say still fun. Still the same way as it's fun playing. Like you play Fortnite with randoms, and it's fun. It's not quite as fun as having a mate to talk to, but still a good laugh. I do think just on the customization point, I do think it would also be good to have teams like you can in Rocket League. So like we could have a Mimics Vale squad, and we could all have like the same kit, and so it'd come up at the end saying, you beat us kind of thing. But and you can have your little victory poses you can customize, and you can unlock different ones of them, and that's
can you?
Yeah. It's just honestly it's a really pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
I think if you've got any like affinity for football at all, I think, and I have a very very casual football fan, like a lapsed football fan even. But this is just fucking good fun. Really good fun.
Lovely. I'd like to apologise if that noise came through the microphone there. If not, then let's ignore it. But if you heard a low rumble, I apologise profusely.
Editor's note: add that noise in post.
Increase volume. It wasn't from that end. It was from here somewhere.
No. The esophagus. No, I didn't hear it. Anything else? Any other thoughts on Rematch, Alex? Before we move on.
No, I just look forward to the three of us actually playing it together at some point, because that would be nice.
Yes. Let's pin him down. And you like Sifu, Lewis? Same developers. I think that one other thing, the music is really good. The same way as the music was really good in Sifu, it's really good in this. It's got no right to be this good.
For a football game.
Much like in Sifu, did you turn the difficulty all the way down to 0 so you felt like you were really good at football?
That's not an option in this, unfortunately. playing real people. Although, it's it's good. It's good.
Are you as high on this as Ben is, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, for the two, we only played, I played 6 hours, and that was 2 nights. So like we did, we're like, just one more, and I'm like, I was
that was
looking
a proper
forward to getting back to play again.
It was a real one of them. Oh, let's we want to end on a win. Come on, let's have one more. And it was like,
slippery slope.
It's getting towards midnight. Shall we? I'll go with them one more.
I think I'm almost glad I don't have it in something that I can really play handheld, because I think if I could play it handheld, I think that would be dangerous.
I would say, actually, for the first time ever, not a Portal game. I don't think it works as well. Yeah, because I think you're working the sticks, both of them, so much, it doesn't work with those shorter sticks on the Portal. I just don't think it. My winning stats went right down when I played on the Portal.
A little bit more laggy as well.
Yeah, I would have thought so as well.
So look at us, pro gamers, talking about lag. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, that's good. Rematch, surprise hit of 2025.
Wow. What a time.
Speaking of hits, a game you can dish out plenty of hits is something you've been playing, Lewis. Why don't you tell us about it?
Why don't I tell you about it? So, the first game that I bought after the pizza bet was over, day 23:59 on the 4th of June, as soon as it turned to midnight, I decided to buy Mortal Kombat 1 to break the duck.
Not the one that I would have ever bet on being the first game that you would buy, but yeah.
No, that was the one he was just waiting 6 whole months just to play Mortal Kombat 1.
I was like, oh my god, I want that game so much. I am a Mortal Kombat guy. That's my fighting game. I know we've all played Street Fighter, Tekken, Killer Instinct, all the greats.
Fatal Fury.
Fatal. I was grasping for another one there. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah.
Fatal Fury, Soul Calibur,
Marvel vs. Capcom. Virtua Fighter.
Virtua Fighter. Yes.
Oh,
Balls. This is like a Mega Drive game.
okay. I thought you just
Dragon
forgotten where you
Ball
were.
Z, something.
Yeah,
something.
Fighters.
Nickelodeon All Star Brawl.
Let's keep going. Marvel vs. Capcom. Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Super Smash Bros.
No, you've gone too far now. Not the same. Alex is out.
Sorry. Punch Out.
Does that count? No, I've always been a Mortal Kombat guy. Loved it, always loved it. So I reckon about midway through the bet, I was like, I kind of want to see this, want to get it, and I'd seen it at a pretty good price. Stuck it on my wish list on PlayStation, and as just by chance, it was on sale again at the end of the bet. So I picked it up, and my goodness me, I can see why I enjoy it so much more than Street Fighter or Tekken. They're the big two, I would say, that are in competition with it. It's just, I think it's because it's just so over the top and silly. Like, it's just so unbelievably gruesome that the other two just can't stand a chance next to it. And even then, some people might say, like, Tekken's is maybe a bit more arcadey, the fighting is potentially better in Street Fighter, but I think Mortal Kombat 1 trumps them both on those fronts. For reasons, again, it's all personal preference, but it's just such a cool game, you know? Beating someone so hard that it goes X-ray and you literally smash their skull to pieces, but somehow they continue on fighting, and in some instances even beat you.
It's the realism.
It's the realism.
Does sound like a Scottish fight, to be fair.
And one thing I like on the more recent Mortal Kombat, I think I've played all of them. I think I've played all Mortal Kombat, to be honest, but like in the more recent ones, so like maybe 9, 10, 11, and then at 1, it's really simplified.
Yeah.
So way back in the day, you had to have some crazy long button combos to do your like fatalities. You still get that to a certain extent, but it's a lot more simplified. You can go hit a couple of buttons and get quite a satisfying fatality. Even animalities are there now.
Oh, nice.
Potentially friendships. I've forgot if they're there, but yeah.
Babality.
Babality. Not sure. What I really want is for the little guy to show up at the bottom and go, Toasty! That's what I want.
I forgot about that until you said that.
Brilliant.
It just brought back memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Sub-Zero guy, if anyone wants to know. A Sub-Zero guy.
I was always Sub-Zero or Scorpion.
Scorpion, yeah.
Or Reptile.
Reptile.
Raiden.
Big fan of Raiden.
Are we just doing this again? We're just naming everyone.
Shang Tsung.
Alex.
Sonya Blade. Kano.
Sonya, So that actually brings me on nicely to a bit that I don't like so much, is that there's cameo fighters.
Yeah.
So you get your roster with however many characters are there. I got the Chaos Reigns thing as well, so I've got extra like characters. Like John Cena's there for some reason as a guy with a metal Peacemaker. That's the one. I don't know what that's
Peacekeeper. Don't know.
So,
It's a DC
Scream,
thing. It's DC.
the Scream guy,
There's Homelander
Man.
in it as well.
Homelander.
so,
Yeah.
Omni-Man, from Invincible.
So they're all there, but the likes of Reptile, Jax, Sonya,
Kano,
old school Cyrax, Kano, are all cameo fighters. So they're in the game, but you can't actually control them. They help assist. So you can hit hit R1 or whatever it is, and they'll jump in and slap up whoever you're fighting against. And I'm like, what? I don't understand why. Like, why are they there but you can't control them? Because I do quite like Kano as well. Like Kano, I think Jack's a good character. I just don't understand why it's like that. I'd also like the option to turn off cameo and just have it one-on-one.
Is it? You can't do that now. So it's
as far as I'm aware, you can't do it. I had a quick Google, and folk were like, kind of bumping their gums at the fact that you couldn't do it, which I get, and I kind of agree with. I'm like, it's just easy to a little toggle to switch that kind of thing off. But yeah, Sub-Zero favorite Baraka.
Oh, Baraka.
Yeah. Baraka was good.
Great
Kung Lao
as well.
Yeah, it was good. I don't like how he sort of sliced up John McCain.
Yeah. Yes.
So I've jumped into this. I've not done anything online. I've jumped into the story. Not jumped into anything online. There's never less of a shock going. Of course, I've not done anything online. Jumped into the story, and it's sort of the whole thing has reset. So I can't remember what happens at the end of 11. But we appear to have gone back in time.
Isn't it? I think what happens at the end of 11, spoilers for this ridiculous story, I think Liu Kang becomes Fire God Liu Kang, and then just decides
a zombie?
to... I don't know. But then he resets... He's the ultimate god of everything, and then he just resets the timeline or something, and then this is all starting from scratch, basically, isn't it?
So yeah, it's quite nice to see all the characters as younger men and women, like without all their scars, without like. So at least at the start of the game, Scorpion is a human. So is Sub-Zero. They're not all, I don't know, changed up. But it's cool. It's just so daft. It's really silly. That's the thing. It's one of these things. It's so silly and so violent. Like, I remember playing Mortal Kombat 2 or whatever it was on the Mega Drive, and it was like proper cartoon, I would say cartoon violence. And I've said those words to my wife when I was playing like Mortal Kombat 10. I was like, it's alright, this is just cartoon violence. And she was like, that is not cartoon violence.
That is somebody ripping out someone's spinal column and strangling them with it. Yeah.
They've literally tore that person a twain. That is not cartoon violence.
She's very well spoken, your wife, isn't she?
She is. I might be bigging her up a little bit here.
Just in case she's
a twin.
I guess it does have some of those things that are frequent with newer games, in that there's kind of a weird shop thing. And when you go into a certain mode, it totally changes the UI. You almost go into like an online dashboard, when it like everything changes. I can't really explain it. Everything changes. It's a bit weird. It has like your XP or your stats at one corner, and it feels like that's like a shop front, which I don't like really.
No, it cheapens the experience, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like the Ubisoft approach. That's what I thought when I seen it. Yeah. I was like, get this to fuck. This is pish. But the gameplay, the gameplay is great. Like, I love Mortal Kombat. I love it.
It is. Yeah, I need to play the story mode. I think we spoke about this before, didn't we? But like, I played the first couple of fights in the story mode and really enjoyed it. But yeah. Alex,
mine's
is it one that
still
hasn't come out
sealed.
of the wrapper?
Yeah, still sealed. And it's still
now we're online gamers. I feel like we could have a little few matches against each other.
Yeah.
Play a bit of Tekken.
I could use those back buttons on my DualSense Edge.
On your Elite, yeah. Yeah. That's not fair. Yeah, no, it's good.
It's a lovely game to look at as well. It's I don't know. It's posh. It's a posh game. It's all poshed up.
Yeah, posh games. For posh gamers.
Posh gamers.
That's us.
Torn
For
asunder.
the first 50, we were cool games. Now we've,
Posh.
we've grown up.
We're entering our
Not
posh
many
era.
Scottish people get called posh, but here we are.
So I'm right in thinking the first posh game for posh gamers is Mortal Kombat 1.
Congratulations. The height of class. Yeah, good. Alex, you've actually been playing something quite posh, haven't you? Which I think has got the poshest, cleverest name.
It does have a very clever name. So I've been playing Lost in Random, The Eternal Die. One that
The Eternal Die. Brilliant.
not that I'd ever say was an Alex game, because I never really played Lost. I've never played the original Lost in Random. So this, for anyone that doesn't know, Lost in Random, The Eternal Die is a roguelite based in the Lost in Random world, but it's very much in the kind of Hades style, whereas it's your kind of almost isometric. You get different weapon choices. You're going in and out of like your hub world. You're talking to people in there. You're then going through to go into this underworld to defeat the queen to try and get back to your own life or recover your world. Essentially, you're working through different levels. You get procedurally generated corridors to go through in this world, and then you come to a staircase that takes you to a boss. But it's very, very good. I'm not very good at it. I've not beaten the first boss yet, unsurprisingly, but it has that kind of god mode in the same way as Hades does, that every time you die you get a little bit stronger, so it gets a little bit easier as you go. But I think when you look at it, this world is just so creative. You've got your little dice with you, and you can throw that as a weapon, and depending on what it lands, it can have like a different strength of attack if it lands in a 6 compared to a 1. It's different things as you go through. Like you've got little dice mini games you can get that of some of the gold that you collect. You can then do this little mini game to maybe get extra rewards or stuff like that. You're just rolling the dice. So like, I'm thinking this, obviously depending on what console you're using, Y is to throw the dice, A is to attack, and then I think B, you get these special cards which give you like a special attack, which then if you time it correctly can give you a boost to how you hit it. I think that's B. Basically, we can kind of using all the 4 face buttons, but nothing overly, like, there's no combination or anything like that. It's like one's attack, one's special attack, one's a dice, and then you've got a dodge, and that's basically it. You're collecting currency, you get shops as you go through, all the kind of things you're expecting. But at the end of like each of the fights, you get a chest, and it gives you like a almost like a little rune, and you play a little game of like you need to match 3 to up the power of your different attacks as you're going through, and they're all based on colour. So whatever colour you get, and if you can match them together, like it increase like your luck or increase your attack, or I think there's 4 different things that you can power up through that method as well. But yeah, I'm very surprised that I like this, but I do. I think it's just a really nice world for this to exist in. I think it's been a good decision. I think it's Thunderful that's made and published this one.
Yeah.
So it's not the same team that, and it was only through probably playing the Midnight Walk, because I never played Lost in Random, but it was Lost in Random people that made the Midnight Walk. So that kind of made me fall in love with like their creations in terms of that world that they made, to go back and look at this and seeing other people kind of talking about it and being quite surprised at how good it's ended up being. But yeah, very, very good for this kind of Hades, like, I don't know if that's becoming a bit of a genre, but it's almost like a kind of sub-genre of the roguelite is your kind of Hades, like.
Yeah.
It's good.
It looks like some of the Survivors games that you've been playing as well. Just
there's a little bit in terms of like the aesthetic to it.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Would it make you want to play? I played Lost in Random a few years ago.
You did.
Do you reckon it?
It makes me interested in the
totally
world.
Different.
Yeah, it definitely makes me kind of more want to find out more about like the characters you're experiencing here. Because I think if you like, is it Ruck or something? The big one. It's a name something like that. Is the person who you get the different weapons from. You can unlock with one of the. I think is it Or I can't remember. You basically collect something to unlock the weapons, but all the weapons are attached to him. He's like this big metal robot, and you physically take the weapons out of his back or replace them.
Oh, really?
So it's all
that's cool.
just the characters and everything, and they're really quite cool. So I think it does make me want to play Lost in Random, and I think it was in sale on the Switch for like £1.79 or something. And I'm like, I should buy it.
It's good. Like I never finished it, but it's a good game. It's sort of introduced so it's slightly different mechanics from what I remember that just weren't in games at that point. But no, it was good. Definitely give it a try. I think it's probably quite cheap still.
Yeah, it certainly was cheaper last I saw it, but yeah, I'll have a look.
Is it on Game Pass?
I think it was at one point. I don't know if it still is.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And that's one of those where I remember it being good but not great, like reception-wise. Whereas I feel like this has got a more positive reception. People seem to
really like it.
Really digging this. Definitely one I want to have a go at because, I mean, you said Hades and then cards in the same breath. It's like,
But it's not so much. It's not so much a deck builder though. It's just you find these random ones that you can swap as you're going through. So there's no real deck building to it. But well, certainly not that I've come across yet. That might be like as you get a bit further. But it's in the family library, so you can check it out.
The family Steam library. The segues write themselves sometimes, don't they?
Got a new family member
to talk about?
Well,
one of us.
After months of trying, I've been keeping an eye on Steam decks for the last little while, and I'd like to say that this past week I came to an agreement with someone on eBay and purchased their Steam Deck, and it arrived yesterday.
Now that I heard. How do you get your farts to sound like that? That's weird.
So I picked up a Steam Deck. Arrived yesterday. What do you want to know?
What do we want to know? What
was the
model
first
did
game you
for?
played? Oh no. Okay.
Oh, what model did I go for? LCD 256. These are the right numbers.
Yeah.
Think
With
so.
Good.
And it's got like a 512 gigabyte memory card in there. Like I said, I'm a habitual archiver, so nothing that these sizes don't mean anything to me. It's nice. I like it. Button placement's a bit weird. Still, I've always thought that.
Quite like they feel like they're near the edge, don't they?
Yes.
Like too high, too wide.
Especially
almost.
up on the D-pad.
Yeah.
It's like in a different hemisphere from everything else.
Yeah. True.
First game, I played Billionaire.
Oh, nice.
That was a nice wee one.
From the family library.
From the family library. And I was playing it and I was like, what's the etiquette here?
You sent a letter to all of us. Saying, excuse me. I'm new to the family.
And that's why I asked, is there one person at a time? And I sort of went on. I was like, right, when was this last played? And I think it said you, and it was like May, whenever you were, I don't know. So I was like, oh, that should be fine to play that. I'm not going to.
Yeah. It does give you a
hamper
message when you
anyone's.
play it if either it's not available or if someone else. So it does give like warnings. It wouldn't just kick somebody off.
So someone else is playing it, it'd be like, so this is being used. Okay.
But I think if you've bought it, it supersedes if someone else is playing it, I think. So if you were the one who bought it for the library, you can boot someone else off, as far as I'm aware.
I think so.
I think
I don't think it's ever happened for all the games that we have or have played. It's been rare for anybody to be playing the
What was
same one at the same time.
It was Star Vaders, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's the only game where we've ever been, where you've been like, for fuck's sake, Ben, can I play this now? And
No, and I
there's a
said,
lot there.
Ben keeps hogging this. Can we get another code, please?
yeah. So yeah, generally, I think the only other one was like when Fields of Mystria came out, and then I can remember Reese wanting to play that and being like, fucking hell, he's on it all the time. Again,
There's a lot of games there.
Yeah, you'll
There's a
notice
lot to
Reese's
take in.
ones. They're in the they're in like the basement of the family library.
Never
Are
been
they?
played.
Because
Yeah, never gonna touch.
I've got it so it's like they added.
Yeah,
So you can see.
Yeah, that's
so you
good.
can see. But it's a lot to take in. Like I've never really used Steam. Like I've had a Steam account, or like I bought stuff. I think I bought like Left 4 Dead 2, donkeys years ago, whenever it came out on Steam to play it. But I've never really used it, and it's quite overwhelming to go in with all these different menus, all these different options. The store just being there, the store being quite busy in comparison to like the Switch store, which is super pared back. There's just a lot there to take in. And then when we finally got me onto the family library, it was like bang, all these games here. I was like, oh, the fuck.
yeah.
What am I supposed to do now? Like, it's like, can I see games that I've bought in here? And I can't see that, but what I've done is like I've made a wee collection just so I can see what's I've actually purchased. Like,
Yeah.
in case it gets lost in the hundreds of thousands of games that are in that family library. I made a wee folder, so I'm like, this is you bought this.
There must be a way to do that, because
I
I've
think there are
often
some
wondered
settings you
that
can mess
I just
about
want to
with.
see my stuff
Uh-huh.
that I've bought, because or just a way to curate that massive family library.
You can certainly do it on desktop, because I've done it on the desktop, whereas like the family stuff sits on a different bit to like my library.
Yeah,
really?
different shelf or whatever.
Yeah, and it's quite good like for creating like custom, even just on it to create like custom collections, because you can create like just give it certain like I want this genre in a collection. It does it all for you. You can create like so I've got one that just pulls all the VR games like into one folder, and it does like stuff like that.
The
So it's
dustbin.
quite
It's been,
Those days have passed now.
yeah.
And in the past they shall remain. But yeah. But
It's cool. I like how everything's so integrated. Like I like how you can go on, and I don't know if it was on the Steam Deck or if it was on the desktop app, but basically going on and seeing like the store and like how I go on during when we're recording these things, and I'll look at the comments and all that kind of stuff, and I can see what achievements you guys have got. It's just like really kind of seamless, and it all works so well, and I can see why it's so popular. It's nice, like even like it's a day in now, and I get it. I get it now. I get the whole thing. It's not as overwhelming, because like I said yesterday, I was like, oh god, what's actually happening?
I think that's the thing. It's like it's just coming into a new ecosystem. Like I think when I got my Steam Deck, I only had 2 Steam games that I'd ever bought. So I was in a very similar boat. But you soon get used to that. And then I guess the next question is, do you think you will get into what like everyone who's got a Steam Deck ends up doing is like, oh, I'm going to install this, I'm going to install that, I'm going to get these emulators and all the rest of it.
Maybe. Emulators more likely than wanging on about fucking RAM or whatever the fuck it is. What motherboard I need to install to make it able to fly me to fucking Paris.
Yeah.
Like, that I couldn't give 2 flying fucks.
just put some
But
emulation
emulation.
bottom and skate there.
Yeah.
Emulation, yeah, probably. I've looked at docks, because there were a few different listings. Some of them came with docks. This one never. And I've been looking at, is it worthwhile getting the Steam dock, the Valve dock, or the
Nah, I wouldn't
just
say
a third party one from Amazon? So I think I've identified one that's in a sale, so I might pick that up. But it's cool. I like it.
Nice.
One thing, because it is secondhand, I'm quite funny with battery health generally. And so I was like, how can I figure out what the battery health of this Steam Deck is? Googled it, I put it in desktop mode. I was like, okay, cool. I knew how to do that. I thought I think it is 2 or 3 years old. 94% battery health. I think it's all right. That's pretty good for one of these things. But even then, it's still pretty high. I've been much like when I got this thing, the Remarkable, how fast is this battery going down? That's the kind of things I'm thinking about just now. Like, how long can I play a game, or go in the store, that kind of stuff. How long is that battery going to last? And again, Reddit's telling me that the Steam estimates are like way higher than actual.
Yeah. But it varies so much depending on what you're playing though. Like way more than the Switch varies. Like you could play a little game for 6 hours easy, but you could play like a AAA game
for a half an hour,
or like half an hour, 2 hours maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have been playing a game that I'm going to talk about next week, and the battery seems to be all right. But like when you're installing stuff, so my second purchase after the Pizza Band came out was I bought Expedition 33 Clear Obscure, whatever it's called. And watching that install, it was like watching the installation bar go up and simultaneously watching the battery reduce.
Yeah, it's like a graph, both going the opposite direction.
One was going that way and one was going this way. I was like, oh my god, what's going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll learn to forget that like I do everything else. But I like it. It's nice.
So you have added Expedition 33 to the family library.
I have.
What a contribution. Welcome.
Well, I mean, I think that's been the best first contribution ever.
Yeah.
What if I mark it as private? What happens then?
You're out of the family.
Yeah, and get kicked out. You can't join another one for a year.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
What else have I added? I've added another game that I can't remember his name. It's like I seen it. It was like looked like something for Lord of the Rings. Some big fighting game. It's like the second copy. I think Mark also owns it.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called. It'll come to me at some point.
You've got.
And it'll come to me at some point because I'm literally opening up the desktop app.
It'll come to me. You must play, because this is like the ultimate Lewis game that you've not played. You must play Mini Shoot Adventures.
Yes.
Mini Shoot Adventures.
Yeah.
You must play Mini Shoot Adventures.
It's the Pipistrello of last year, basically.
Yeah.
Lovely.
That's
Let
what
me add it to
pundits are saying.
a little favourite it, so it comes up on my favourites. Mini Shoot Adventures. There we go.
Yeah.
Love Heart. The other one that I bought was Diplomacy is Not an Option.
Okay. Very cool. That sounds like something Mark might have had.
And a secret game that I won't talk about until next week.
Ooh. Lovely. Also, play just really quickly. I think play Star of Providence if you get a spare half an hour, because that is kind of like a arcade style twin stick shooter roguelike. Plays brilliantly on the deck, but it is from Big Mode, the same publisher as Animal Well. And it's got some of that Animal Well weirdness. What the fuck's going on here? How do I uncover that secret? How do I unlock those doors? No idea. I'll come back on my next run, kind of thing. From it weirdly, although it's published by Big Mode and released this year, it was originally released in 2017 under the name Monolith. So it's literally been out since then, but they a publisher picked it up and has re-released it with a more distinctive name. And it's cool. It's got that same sort of Animal Well. It's not as good as Animal Well. It's never going to get as much critical sort of fanfare as that, but it's got that same kind of like weirdness that you liked.
Nice.
So check that out.
I've also favorited it.
Nice.
So that it's easier to find. Because there's so much there that it's quite difficult to look for stuff. Just your last week before, talking about comfort.
Yeah.
In holding the Steam Deck versus holding the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Can I just say, My hands got sore holding this Steam Deck earlier.
Really?
I don't know if it's just because I'm used to that flat back. I know I'm using. Listen to how pathetic this sounds. I'm using different muscles in my fingers to hold the Steam.
These ones haven't been worked properly.
Much like how when you... Yeah. So when it's the opposite way, using the Switch, you haven't used, work out those different muscles in your hands. Oh, because I was downstairs using it, I was like, oh my God, my hands are sore. I must tell Ben and Alex.
Well, I'm glad you remembered that. And good to know that you prefer a flat back as well. I always had you down as a flat back man.
That's it.
Good. Nice. Well, that's exciting. And what else is exciting is me not having to do this next bit.
Oh, right. Are we going to that already?
Back over to you, buddy.
Oh, I thought you were doing another game in there, but maybe not. All right. Well, let's close out episode 51 of the Mimics Fail by playing a little game we like to call Guess the Outro Conundrum.
Conundrum.
Really need to get a stream deck.
To go with your Steam Deck.
To enable the voice.
Probably could. You can install. Carry on.
Right. Conundrum. So we know what's happening. I'll give you. You know what? I've got a few clues to give you. I'm not going to tell you how many. There's some. Also, at the end of this game, I'll give you the conundrum, which is an anagram of the game in question.
Very good.
10 questions.
Oh, 10, okay.
Any questions before we kick off?
No.
More just a comment. We've had some lovely feedback from last week, your first time doing this. And, and I very much enjoyed it as well. And I think I speak for Alex, that it was really nice. So just great feedback, really. Just thanks.
The way that you said that was like you and Alex enjoyed it, but definitely the people who've commented.
No, I think we haven't received any negative feedback, and that
I'm happy to receive constructive feedback on this. Please.
He's not. He's lying. Be nice. He's lying. He'll hate it. It will destroy him.
And you fucking watch yourself.
He's been playing Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Okay, go then.
I'll freeze your head and kick it off your neck.
Give us a clue.
A clue. Clue number 1. A rap was made to promote the game. That is, a rap was made to promote the game.
And is that a song or is that a...
Like a chicken tikka wrap.
Chicken tikka, yeah. I was thinking
R.A.P.
cheese, but yeah.
R.A.P.
No,
Rhythm and poetry. I believe
is that what it stands for?
No, that's just...
Ben's just spitting.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Straight spin. Dropping knowledge bombs. Okay. So a rap.
A rap.
Is it an indie?
Is it an indie?
Yeah.
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Right. I'm going to ask off the back of last week's one. Is it a licensed game?
Oh, a licensed game. In what way?
Like in the way that like the Terminator was a licensed game, or like it's using a license to make a game.
Yeah.
In that way. Okay. Not an
Like, yes, it has a Unity license.
Define license, man.
It's an illegal game. No, okay, cool. Not indie, not licensed. Okay, haven't got much to go on here.
But like it could be like Donkey Kong, and it could be the DK rap.
I feel like that's too obvious.
Too obvious. No, I know, but I mean, I was more going towards like character name and title or some shit like that.
Yeah, I feel like I reckon we should pin down the era because that a rap to promote that feels like a 90s kind of thing to me.
Okay, go for it then.
So, was this released in the 1990s?
No.
Fuck's sake.
It was the 60s. It's a Motown rap.
I should have said 80s or 90s. Damn it.
What's that?
What was your second question again?
Licensed. Was it
Oh, yes,
licensed?
yeah. No.
I feel like I should know of a game that had a rap that.
I feel like you should know
promoted it.
this as well, Ben.
And I feel like he's done this just to make me look like a damn fool.
Is that a platform exclusive, Lewis?
It is a platform exclusive.
Oh. What platform?
I can't tell you that. You need to ask it a different way, Ben.
No. Just trying to trick him.
I'll give you a clue after the next one, as per usual.
Okay. A rap. What platform could it be, Alex?
It could be
platform could
Nintendo,
it be?
could be Xbox, could be PlayStation, could be Playdate.
Could be Playdate. So it's not an indie. It's not in the 90s. It's a platform exclusive. So are we thinking post 90s? Are we thinking 2000s?
I'm thinking post 90s, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay.
I love now seeing Ben on the other side of this because you could just see him. It was like, are you going to just ask his questions? And now you realise it's quite difficult, Ben, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Yes. It is. Okay, so a rap song was released to promote this.
Did it say released or did it just say written?
Oh yeah,
was
sorry,
the clue
Lewis. Can
again?
you repeat that first clue, please?
What? Repeat the first clue?
Yeah. Yes, please.
I've just been changing over a clue. Apologies. The clue was a rap was made to promote the game. Do not look too far into how that is worded. I'm not Mark.
Okay.
Deliberately said that because now you're overthinking what I'm talking about. Panicking.
Right. Platform exclusive. Okay. Was this a Sony or Microsoft exclusive?
No.
Okay. Nintendo then.
No, Playdate.
Those are the big four.
It's only because it's still sitting here.
Okay. That's yellow, isn't it? All right. Are we going to assume it's Nintendo? Is that safe? Just before we get on
We
to
can
the next
assume for
clue?
now, but we're due a clue, so let's hear what the clue
Okay.
is.
Let's do the clue. Clue us.
It is a sequel to a game released in 1991.
But wasn't released in the 90s. So that's quite a long sequel.
I think I know what it is.
Oh. Do you want to skip straight to the conundrum?
Say it. I'm going to cover my face up.
No, I don't know why, but when he said 1991 and Nintendo, my first thought was F-Zero GX. Because F-Zero came out in 91, I think. And I can imagine, because it was developed by Sega, I can imagine them doing some corny promo.
I can't imagine what
cheesy.
conundrum you would make out with that.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, that could be a. Yeah, that's a great shout. Because what would you, what would you do with that conundrum?
You could try and nail down the genre if you think that might be.
See, my thing. Am I right in thinking 91 was the year the Super Nintendo came out? Alex. Or Lewis, am I right in thinking 91 was the year the Super Nintendo came out? Yes or no?
I genuinely don't know.
Maybe.
Is
Is that a question?
It's a yes or no question.
Is that question 6?
Is that a fair enough? Is that too much of a gobshite question to ask?
You can ask it, but I think
you
it's
could
a
just say
waste of
that
a
the
question.
Super Nintendo came out in 1991. Like, it's nothing to do with the clue, but it's still.
Yeah, it's still it's relevant to us. Do we want to use that as a question though, Alex?
Why not? I mean, we're just going to wait for the conundrum anyway. So
You ask that question, and I'll have a question back for you. I'll give you this one for free.
Okay.
So you've asked that question. Did the
Yeah.
Super Nintendo release in 1991?
Yeah.
Where?
Shops.
So obviously it released in some places in 91 and some places in
Was
92.
it Japan was 91, wasn't it?
North America, 91. Japan, 1990. And 1992 in Europe. And 1993 in South America, according to Wikipedia, which I just updated right now.
Okay. And this game we're talking about originally came out in 1991 at the first time it came out. Like, wherever it first released. It was
Let me repeat the clue. This game...
The sequel, sorry. Yeah.
This game is a sequel to a game that released in 1991.
Okay.
So would that have been a launch title for an American Super Nintendo? Should we go down the genre?
Yeah, could do. Well, what have we got? We've got Pilot Wings. What genre is that?
Are you trying to figure out what the 91 game is here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Are we going down a garden path there as well?
Well, yeah, it could be, to be fair.
Because it could be a Game Boy
Main.
game. Or as well. Maybe we're overthinking.
What a clue this is, by the way. It's a great clue.
What? Okay, so what? Fucking hell. Was this the? I've got a question for you. Was this the first of the sequels to this game? So, i.e., if this was like, if the 91 was blah 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 1, was this blah 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 2?
No.
Okay. So there were subsequent sequels throughout the decade, and then this one came out
With a
after
rap.
the 90s.
Yeah.
With a rap. On what we assume is Nintendo hardware.
Question 7. Let me see if I can give you a little clue here without giving too much away. I've got a couple of YouTube comments. I'll give you one just now. I think it's a 7.8 out of 10. Too many walls.
Lewis Wilson.
Are you just reading your own comments? Brilliant. Too many
That was
walls.
from an IGN review.
Too many walls.
But then that was a YouTube review, right? Which means it
They're
might
not-
be.
yeah.
I mean, YouTube wasn't about. It's been about for a while, but maybe not necessarily like as early 2000s.
Okay. You ask a question, Alex.
Is the character name in the title?
Yeah, of sorts.
Of sorts. Which takes me back towards, I don't know. It doesn't take me back towards anything. character names kind of in the title.
Kind of a fucking answer is of sorts.
It's a Ben answer.
It's in the title as much as the Terminator was the character name.
Okay. Right, genre.
Question 8.
Is it a platformer, puzzler, or sports title?
No.
Were you including racing and sports?
Yes.
I'll give you a clue.
Okay, go on.
Platformer, puzzle, or
Sports and racing.
Including
Sports.
racing.
Sports, including racing.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Did you say you've got another clue for us?
Oh,
You're very generous with
hundreds
the
of them.
clues, I must say.
well, Ben, I'm trying to make you feel bad. Maybe I could use the. I'll give you 2 clues. In fact, I'll give you the clue and the second YouTube.
Okay.
Oh, well, I'll give you a little bit of trivia. Oh my God, just so much.
Spoiling us.
Guy.
Right. Clue.
Clue.
It is the 17th title in the series.
It makes me think like Tetris or something. That kind of like Tetris is something like that, but that would be puzzle. So like no.
And it came out before 91 as well.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a cheeky bit of trivia.
Okay.
Oh no, this isn't trivia. This is another YouTube comment. Hey, let me see. There's too much in this. Maybe on question 9 after this. If this doesn't win Game of the Year, well, actually, I won't be surprised. But is it the best game that came out this year, or on the 3DS? Period. In my opinion, it made me for a week completely forget about Pokemon Y. I got a 10 out of 10 from Game Informer, who absolutely love to take shots at Nintendo. I can't think of anything bad about this game. Not one bad thing. Even nitpicks are hard to come by.
That's a 3DS game.
Yeah. 3DS. Originally came out in 91.
And it was the 17th game in the series.
Too many walls.
But you'll come back. I'm saying too much here. You'll come back to that clue. And agree with me when I say that's a fucking good clue.
Which one? Too many walls.
Too many walls.
Could it be like Mario Kart 3DS or something?
So 17th.
Question number 9.
That was a racing game, isn't it?
Yeah. Question number 9. Walls.
I'll give you another clue after question 9, and then after 10 you'll get the conundrum.
I never really 3DS'd. I mean, I can't think of games with 17 and game in the series.
Is this a first party Nintendo game?
Yes.
Okay. First party Nintendo game had multiple entries. This one is the 17th one. Originally came
Would you like a bit of trivia
Aye, go for
Yeah.
before question 10?
Yep.
Let me see. While experimenting with a strict top-down view with 3D graphics, the team ran into a unique issue. The game looked boring because only the tops of the characters' heads and buildings could be seen. In order to emulate the older 2D pseudo-3D graphics, all non-environmental models are skewed in their placement to slightly face up at the camera. At certain parts of the map, this can be seen on statues and tall grass by wall merging.
Fucking wall merging. Oh, I feel like anyone listening to this is
They're screaming
the
that.
answer.
See that there. Oh my goodness. That's too much, if anything.
What 3DS game
Question
would
10.
have a rap?
I feel like I've long forgotten the fucking rap part. What Nintendo first-party game has had that many entries? Can't think of anything.
No, I can't either. And character names kind of in the title.
Jesus. Wall merging, top down.
It's not a platformer or a racing game.
And I
Wall
keep thinking,
merging, too many walls. Come on. Question
How can there
10.
be too many walls if they're all merged?
Okay, question 10.
I just.
I think Tyler is screaming the loudest. I don't know why. I think he got this a while
so
ago.
we can hear him from Jersey.
Fucking hell, I've got no idea. What is a good final question, Alex, that will seal the deal?
I don't
Okay,
think there is one. Yeah,
have any of us,
played it.
let's say, if you know whether Alex or I have played it, have Alex or I played it?
I think so. But then I'm not. I don't know.
Okay, I'll change the question. Have we ever spoken about it on this podcast?
I think so. Yeah.
So it's pretty famous.
Right, just give the conundrum.
Yeah.
We have spoken. Let me run through everything about everything we're going through.
Go through all previous show notes just to give us the full answer. Yeah. We're ready for the conundrum.
The conundrum is... Right, let me caveat this. The conundrum is the subtitle of the game.
Okay.
And the conundrum is... Blinked, sworn, wee, tail.
Blinked.
Yep. Do you want me to spell it for you?
Yep.
BLINKEDSWORNWETALE. Oh, this has been a doozy.
Has that not got a link in there?
It has a link
Yeah,
between
right there,
worlds.
Blink.
Link between worlds, yeah. Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds.
Yeah, I think.
You
that's-
sure?
Yeah, I think that's the closest we'll get. Yeah, I think it's that. It's a 3DS game. Sequel to, I guess
No,
you
it
would
can't
say
be.
it's
There's
the,
only one W.
no, there's
No,
two.
there's two.
Sworn,
Oh, I
there's
just
Sworn
can't.
and We.
Do that to me,
Yeah.
Alex. Panicking,
Christ. Yes, because it's. I guess it's the sequel to A Link to the Past, which came out in '91. So yeah, that's what we'll say. Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds.
Well, I can tell you right now that you are, in fact, correct. It is The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. Well, wall merging, too many walls. That was someone moaning about the walls on the YouTube video. Wall merging in that bit of trivia. All there.
I don't know why I discounted Zelda because it popped into my head when you spoke about walls and top down, but something made me not.
Zelda didn't even come into my head.
Yeah, I don't
And
know
the
why.
rap is a Japanese rap,
Is that what we're going to listen to?
which we're going to listen to tonight.
Amazing. Of all the great music in that game. Hey, at least it's not just drums repeating for 2 minutes.
Yeah. Even I was listening to that being like, this isn't what I picked. It's because half of it was underneath us talking because there's such a long build up to it.
Yeah. Tell us about this one then.
Okay, so to close out tonight's show, we are going to listen to Mother Mai Mai, composed by Ryo Nagamatsu from The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds.